The Last of Us video game is regarded by some as the best of all time, and now HBO has announced that it is developing a series based on the franchise. Like everything else, it was delayed by the pandemic, and we haven't heard any news on the release date. Nonetheless, this video will talk about all we know about the TV show. We'll also say a few things about the leaked photo. Stay tuned. Firstly, what information was leaked by the photos? Those who have been following the many leaks from HBO's The Last of Us series know that the show's narrative appears to be very similar to the games. These leaked photographs from the Firefly Hospital set of the show appear to confirm that the series would eventually repeat the game's dramatic climax. Not only do those images come from a trustworthy source, but they're backed up by rumors that the actors and crew of the show were recently spotted filming in and around a hospital. This material is fascinating for a variety of reasons. As previously stated, it appears that the program would aim to recreate The Last of Us' breathtaking ending, in which Joel saves Ellie from being dissected by Firefly doctors. While these images don't guarantee that the intricacies of the event will be preserved in the program, it's difficult to envision the series changing that scenario considerably. After all, it's the game's most memorable narrative moment, as well as the one that sets the tone for so many pivotal events in The Last of Us Part 2. However, we have to wait for the official release to confirm these claims. Now it's time we talk about the questions fans have been asking about the TV show. You do not want to miss out on this. Next, what percentage of the franchise will be covered? There has been a lot of discussion about how much of the franchise will be covered in the series and when it will air. We all know that we are not going to see all the scenes for the game in the movie, so if certain parts are going to be removed, how much are we going to see and will it affect the show? Some rumors suggested that the series would focus solely on the time between the first and second games, while others suggested that it would begin before the first. However, according to the IMDb summary and conversations with showrunners Druckmann and Mazin, the series will most likely revolve around the first game, with the possibility of future seasons continuing the tale. Depending on its success, it may be possible to fill in the years between the two games, as well as to adapt The Last of Us Part 2 in the future. Yes, that's right, everything depends on how well viewers like the first season. Now that we know what parts of the game we are going to be seeing in Season 1, we can all judge whether the directors did a good job or not. Continuously talking about some parts of the game not being represented in the series might be unsettling to many fans. However, it is what it is. My only advice to fans is to trust the writers to do their job. So, will it delve into Joel's backstory? I feel like fans of the game do not want anything special in the show other than to copy everything that happened in the game. Some time ago, this question became popular among fans after news of the game being adapted into a show became public. In the game, very little is said about Joel's backstory. After the outbreak that shocks the United States, which ends with Joel's daughter's death, there is a time jump of 20 years, which left gamers confused about what happened during that time. Throughout the game, there has only been narration and a few cryptic remarks from Tommy, hinting at what transpired over that decades-long interval. However, no proper information has been revealed about the actual events that occurred during the time jump, so the series provides a one-of-a-kind opportunity to delve further into some of history's lesser-known aspects. It could depict more of Joel's life with Sarah, his sadness over her loss, and flashbacks to some of the violence and criminal activity he was involved in following the outbreak. This is all just speculation, as we cannot be certain if the writers intend to explore the details of what happened during those 20 years. With all that said, it's about time we reveal all the information we have gotten so far about the HBO series. Up next, the TV show will be directed by Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin. When a popular franchise of any kind is adapted for television or film, there is always this same concern. Hardcore supporters want to know how much of it will be changed and if the original concept will be preserved. Of course, this is a reasonable mentality, as we do not want our favorite games to be poorly represented in movies. Also, because we know that games cannot be fully replicated in TV shows, we wonder how much we are going to watch on television. However, it seems a lot of effort has been made to ensure that HBO's The Last of Us avoids this issue. Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin are developing and directing the series as a partnership. Both the game's original writers and directors, who also conceived and scripted the popular Chernobyl miniseries, will be working together to make sure fans are not disappointed. I must admit that getting the game's writers to work on the TV show is very promising and puts my mind at ease, at least a bit. This collaboration between two talented professionals, each exceptional in their field, appears to be a prudent option that will result in not just a fantastic production, but also one that honors the original plot. I certainly hope that it doesn't end up being a flop of a show. Fingers crossed on this one, guys. And now, Pedro Pascal will play the role of Joel. Joel, formerly a loving single father, has transformed into a cold, hardened smuggler with little regard for anything other than his profession. 20 years after a tragic outbreak that took his only daughter from him, when he realizes that his next cargo is a young girl, his life is turned upside down. She may hold the key to saving the world and healing some of the hurt in his heart. He was such a great character in the game with an emotional storyline, so I wondered who was going to be perfect for the role. Although I had a few actors I would have preferred, the directors surely had their reasons for choosing Pedro Pascal. The actor, who is best known for his portrayal of the austere Din Djarin in The Mandalorian, is no stranger to playing reluctant parent figures. Pascal has certainly found his niche, whether it's relating with Grogu or feeling undeserving of his son's affection as Maxwell Lord. Next, Ellie has been cast as Bella Ramsey. Bella Ramsey has only been acting professionally since 2016, but she has already made an impression on Game of Thrones. Ramsey demonstrated maturity and acting talent beyond her years in her portrayal as Lady Lyanna Mormont, a tough, knowledgeable, and passionate leader. However, even with her acting skills, her casting has sparked debate because some fans believe she doesn't look like the character from the games. This is one of the reasons why I am not always in support of remaking a game as a movie. These gamers who spend hours trying to beat levels in the game become fixated on it, so they remember every scene, action, character, and even the words spoken in every scene. As such, when a TV show like The Last of Us is being produced, everything has to be perfect. And now, the LGBTQ representation will be retained. For its LGBTQ representation, The Last of Us has received both praise and criticism. In the game, Ellie and Joel meet Bill, a hermit living in a ghost town. Although he isn't a key character, his sexuality, the existence of a love partner, and several publications found at his home all hint that he is a gay guy. Although this information about the man wasn't necessary, I think the writers of the game wanted to pass a message. While some gamers expressed their dislike of this, the game was far too interesting to stop because of hatred for the LGBTQ society. Also, Ellie's sexuality was confirmed in The Last of Us Part 2, which also included her partner Dina as a key character. Before fans started to ask whether this was going to be included in the TV series, Craig Mazin revealed to fans on Twitter that the game's LGBTQ inclusion would not be removed, and humorously encouraged them to retain his comments as receipts. Finally, when will the TV show be released? It's been almost a year since HBO announced the adaptation of the iconic video game franchise, and only a few days since the starring cast was revealed. The COVID-19 pandemic pushed back the release dates and production of a slew of television episodes and films. While no official launch date for the highly anticipated show has been set, the crew is currently working to ensure it is a success. So I guess we are not going to be waiting for too long. Well guys, we have come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications for more content.